My dear, dear pro-life friends, we are living in a moment of greatest hope and opportunity since Roe versus Wade for countless little girls and little boys just waiting to be born. It's a pivotal moment for the pro-life movement and this great nation. Now, this year we're going to be celebrating the women and men who fought for the women's right to vote. But the question is, how do we use that power, women's movement? What good or ill will we use that power, and what have we done with the power that we have? We mourn 47 years of abortion on demand under Roe versus Wade. Over 60 million little girls and boys intended for this world with a purpose, untold suffering of their mothers, families, and communities. That is not how it works, women's movement. You can't build rights on the broken bodies and rights of other human beings. Since 1992, my organization has proudly borne the name of Susan B. Anthony. She and her compatriots all understood something really important, and that's that the rights of women extend to the rights of their children, born and unborn. Written in what was called the Revolution, Susan B. Anthony's newspaper that she published and funded was this: "The act will burden her conscience in life, it will burden her soul in the grave, but thrice guilty is the one who drove her to the dreadful deed." Alice Paul knew what we know, that unborn rights must be conjoined with the rights of women, and that abortion is the ultimate exploitation of women. I'd like for you to assess the beautiful spot on which you stand today. Every successful human rights movement in American history has found itself in a time such as this. We, like our civil rights friends and our sisters and activists before us, will use the tools of democracy to right even the worst wrongs that plague our society, and we will form a more perfect union through the power of the pro-life movement. In just 10 months, we will face the most consequential election of our lifetimes for the cause of the unborn. What we do in those intervening months will determine whether generations of children will live or die. We have seen historic gains under this president. You heard what his heart is and what his track record has been, along with this Senate. But now is the time to go for the win. It's time to roll back Roe versus Wade and put the will of the people into the law, and that means protecting the unborn in the law. Now, we know that victory is possible, but we also that nothing is inevitable, so no one can afford to sit on the sidelines during this coming election. People are asking, why is it that the pro-abortion Women's March is shrinking as the power and the optimism and the youth of the March for Life grows? I think we know why. You are the reason. You are the reason that this movement has grown. Lasting power comes from the truth reflected in the hearts of the American people like you. Now, let's go for the win and let your pro-life voices be heard in November. Thank you.